Hey girl, hey! This is the InspireHER podcast. This space was created for women over 40 to come and vent, relax, breathe, and just be. We empower you to take action in your everyday life in order to help you rediscover your purpose, find your power, and reignite your passion so that you can live your best life now. I'm your host, Veronica Rivers, and welcome to the InspireHER podcast. Hey girl, hey! Welcome to the InspireHER podcast. I am your host, Veronica, and I just want to say first and foremost, before I go any further, thank you so much for joining me today. I am so happy that you're here. I'm excited about this newfound journey of mine, and I'm glad you're here to take it along with me. So I just wanted to kind of tell you a little bit about myself, a little bit about my podcast, and why I started it. So I am nervous. Listen, you can probably hear it in my voice, but I am super nervous. My words are jumbling up. This is so nerve-wracking. Who knew that talking, as much as I talk, all of a sudden, because I'm on a mic, I will get nervous. Go figure. But here it goes. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I am 48. I live in South Carolina. Single, no kids. I work for the state. I love my job. I love everything about my job, really. I actually moved to another city for this job about 2 years ago, and it has been a journey. It really has been a journey. Let me tell you, when you jump out on your own, when you move someplace on your own, and you don't have like family to kind of back you, and you just have to figure stuff out, honey, it is rough. It is rough. Even though I'm still close enough to my mama where I can get to her if she needs me, far enough away where you can't just be calling me to babysit your kids because you want to go out or you got something to do. I ain't that close. I'm close enough that if there's an emergency, I can get home. But far enough away where you can't just call me to say I need to go to the store. So yeah, but it's been a journey, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. It makes me, even though I am 48, this makes me feel like a grown up, because this is basically the first time that I've always been in the same vicinity as my family. So this really kind of makes you boss up. Makes you boss up. You never had a budget. I bet you will have one. You will have one now. You will. You definitely will. Honey, if you ain't never had your bills correct, you will. Because you don't have the backing of your family to say, well, I got kicked out. Can I move back in with you? No, I got a whole job down here. So listen, I got to make it work. And I have, and I'm loving it. I absolutely love it here. So yeah. What else can I tell you about me? I can tell you how this journey began. So, I don't know about everybody else, but I was one of those people that I'll say this. I was that yes girl. If you needed me to do something, yes, I'll do it. You need for me to clean your house? Yes, I'll do it. You need for me to babysit your kids? Of course I'll do it. You need for me to take you somewhere? Yes, I'll do it. I was always doing something for other people. And I kind of always used to put myself on the back burner. But every year I would kind of evaluate my life on where I was, what I wanted to do. I used to have a running list. Every year around my birthday, I would have a list and said, by the time I'm this age or this time next year, I'll be doing this, and this. I I did that every year for the last 20 years. I've been doing that. And I have to say, around the time when I was about 35 was when I kind of not stopped doing it, but doing it made me depressed, because I did everything I wanted to do. Like, when it came to schooling, I went to school, I got my master's, I got my bachelor's, I got an associate's. School was my thing. I loved going to school. But then I lost my grandmother. And when I lost my grandmother, that hit different. That hit me in the chest real hard. And it kind of spiraled me down into a wormhole of depression and anxiety. So therapy is helping. Thank you, therapy. That is definitely helping. But I still realize that some of the things that I had on my list that I wanted to do every year that I did, I was not doing. I could not, because I kept trying to be what everybody else needed me to be. And I kind of lost who I was. I couldn't figure out who I was. I couldn't figure out my likes and what my desires were, because I had people in my ear telling me what they should be, if that makes sense. So I decided once I turned 40 that I was no longer going to be that person. I am going to figure out who I am and start doing what I want. Started making my own rules. But I had to go on a journey to find out who I was, because I lost myself in being something everybody else needed me to be. And if they needed me to be a babysitter, I was a babysitter. When I didn't even want to be with your kids, I was a babysitter. I was a caregiver. I mean, listen, if I don't know how to do nothing else, caregiving is one thing I can do best. I have always been a caregiver. I don't know how to do anything else. So when I'm always, and it seems like I've always been put in a position to be a caregiver, that I just didn't realize who I was when I wasn't caregiving, basically. So I went on a journey, and I knew, and my thing was, the reason why I went on this journey was because I know that, first of all, there are people out here that are in the same position. There was no way. I just kept saying, there's no way that I'm the only person who's in this position. I'm not the only 40-year-old who has to go out and refine herself again, because she lost it in a sea of trying to be with everything everybody else needed her to be. I lost who I was. So I went on a journey to find myself. It's been a process. Like I said, therapy helps. It has been a process, and I'm getting to a place where I'm finding out who she is. Sometimes I like her, sometimes I don't. But we're learning how to get along. We're learning how to get along. So, and I know, like I said, I know I'm not the only person. I have friends that I talk to, and every time I talk to them, they'll be like, I'm still doing this, I'm doing that, I'm having a rough time. They're trying to figure out, they're mentally exhausted. Everybody's trying to find a better way to just be. Everybody's trying to find a better way to just be. So I created this podcast because, like I said, I know I'm not the only person out there, and we may not be going through the same exact thing, but I know that what I did to conquer something may help you conquer that same thing, or you can use that same tool to conquer whatever you're going through. listen, I'm just here to help. I'm here to help you while I'm trying to help myself. So that's what this podcast was about. And just to let you know, I used to be a blogger. My blog was also the Inspire Her. And I wasn't very much consistent with that. And this was because I didn't have enough faith in myself to think that you guys wanted to read what I was talking about. Sometimes we don't have faith in ourselves. So I decided, but I know one thing I do have faith in. I can talk. If I can't do nothing else, honey, I can talk. And I feel like you can probably resonate more with what I'm saying than what I write. So with the assistance of a friend who pushed me and was like, listen, you can do this podcast, I decided, you know what? You are absolutely right. I definitely can. And I did. So I hope and pray that as I go on my journey and I tell you about the things that I've done, that it resonates with you and help you on your journey. That's it. Listen, I have always been a cheerleader for others. I have always been I have always been a cheerleader for others. That's nothing. It's time for me to start being a cheerleader for myself. And I'm hoping that as I'm cheering for myself and also cheering for you, that I can give you the strength to do the same thing. Cheer for yourself. You are out here killing it. You are out here surviving, doing immaculate things. It is time for you to cheer for yourself. You're killing it. It's time for you to cheer for yourself. You can still cheer for yourself and be humble. You can still do that. Ain't nothing saying that if you cheer for yourself, you're being prideful. No. You should cheer for yourself. You're killing it. You are a great mom. You are an awesome wife. You are an awesome entrepreneur, a great employee. That job lucky to have you. Remember that I want you to always keep those things in your mind as I'm doing. Listen, and everything I'm telling you, I'm telling myself as well. Keep those things in the forefront of your mind always. You are killing it. You got this. You got it. And I will be right here rooting for you every week. Every week I will be here rooting for you. Okay? All right. Well, that's it. That's it, guys. That's it. That's the podcast for this week. Thank you so much once again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I hope something I've said resonated with you. Yeah, I'm so happy. This has been nerve-wracking. Y'all just do not understand how nervous I was just coming up behind this mic talking. Because I talk all the time. My job is to talk. So I talk all the time. But for some reason, this was so nerve-wracking. But once again, I want to thank you for joining me. If you like this podcast, please subscribe. Please rate us. And leave your feedback. Let us know how you like the podcast. And if you would like to leave, if there are topics that you want to talk about, you can definitely leave us an email. My email is veronica@theinspireherpodcast.com. I would love to hear from you. And don't forget to follow me at the Inspire Her Podcast on all social media sites. Until next week, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye, girl. Hey girl, hey! This is Veronica Rivers, the Inspire Her podcast. You need to come kick it with me every Monday. So go ahead and subscribe on Anchor FM or wherever you listen to your podcasts.